A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening. जो भी जब भी जैसे भी लेक्चर देख रहा है, कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? All good? Mic check, audio check, video check. Everyone, all working fine? Okay, just confirm me and we will start. Okay, great. चलिए. Now, in the last lecture, we have discussed some interesting topics. आज उन interesting topics को, those interesting topics which we have learned earlier in the last class, now we are going to summarize that and do a step forward in that process. Okay, we have learned the journal entries. So we will do some journal entries right now, and then we will go to some of the steps which need to be done after we make the journal entries. Okay. Okay, so I will give you one question. Just note it down. Pass the necessary journal entries for below transactions. You have to pass the necessary journal entries for the below transactions. What are the transactions? Introduced capital in the form of A, cash rupees 60,000, B, bank balance rupees 1 lakh, C, furniture rupees 40,000, D, land and building rupees 2 lakhs. Okay, this is the first journal entry which you need to do. Confirm me everyone, are you comfortable in doing the journal entries? Yes or no? Are you comfortable in doing the journal entries? Please confirm me fast. If not, we can discuss it and then we can proceed ahead. Okay, because this is the very basic thing which I expect you guys to know first before moving ahead. Okay, I'm waiting for the comments, everyone. Till the time I will write the second part. Purchased goods rupees 30,000, comma 1/3 payment made upfront and 2/3 is due after 2 months to Mr. Y. Yes, sir, I'm comfortable. Okay, great, beta. So now I'm bringing some twist in the journal entries. Hope so that you can try to solve these. Okay, I will discuss them all of, but after you try and then give me the answer and then we will discuss it. Okay, because it is very well important as per your examination perspective that whenever you try certain things, you discover the new ideas. Okay, I can do the spoon feeding also, which I do not like at all. I want you to brainstorm something so that whenever I explain your concept, there should be something in your mind which you can ask or which you can clarify based with the explanation which I am giving to you. So that is why I am giving you some twisted journal entries, not the normal ones, but yes, we will discuss it now. Okay. Sold goods to Mr. Y for rupees 90,000. Sold goods to Mr. Y for rupees 90,000. Rent paid rupees 20,000 by check. Rent paid rupees 20,000 by check. 50% of the rent belongs to next year. 50% of the rent belongs to next year. So balance 50% is for the current year, rest 50% is for the next year. Fifth, salary due but not paid rupees 25,000. Salary due but not paid rupees 25,000. And last, made the here and no, only five transactions I have given you right now where you need to do the journal entries. Okay, let's go one by one. I am reading it out for you, those who have missed already. Okay, so what we did, we introduced the capital in the form of cash, rupees 60,000. We had the bank balance of 1 lakh, furniture of 40,000, land and building of rupees 2 lakhs. Then we have purchased the goods of 30,000. One third payment was made upfront, and the balance two-third payment is due after 2 months to Mr. Y. Then we have sold goods to Mr. Y. Just replace the name. We have sold goods to Mr. X, not Y, because Mr. Y we have purchased from Mr. Y. We have already purchased the goods, so we have sold it to Mr. X. Okay. Then we have rent paid rupees 20,000 by check. 50% of the rent belongs to the next year, so 50% belongs to the current year. And at last, salary due but not paid rupees 25,000. Okay, now you have to pass the all the journal entries. Let's say this is the whole year, and whole year only this transaction has taken place in the books of accounts. So we are passing the journal entries for all these transactions. Today will be an extensive lecture where we are going to discuss all these journal entries, then the leisure postings of it, then the trial balance of it, and then the last part, which is called the balance sheet and P&L preparation. There is too much of to do, but yes, we can start with this one. Okay, first you try. I am giving you, let's say, 5 minutes. 5 minutes is more than enough. Come on, try everyone. The question is in front of you guys. Last 2 minutes, guys. Everyone, give me your answers. Okay, time up. Let's do the journal entries together. Sir, you have told the journal entries with one item. Now we have more than one items in one journal entry. Like for example, the first one, it says we have introduced the capital, but capital is not just introduced in the form of cash. It has been introduced in the form of bank balance, furniture, land and building, and cash itself. So better, there is nothing to worry. Just follow the simple concepts which we have learned till now. We have to take a chill pill and then we have to start solving this. What we have learned, the secret method, you everybody knows. Okay, so whenever the cash is coming in, we will be happy. Okay, what we will do, cash is a real account item. Real account means what? If it comes in, we need to debit it. So as per the first journal entry, we will have cash account debited with 60,000 rupees. That is the first entry. However, what they have given, not just cash has been brought in, we have got the bank balance as well of rupees 1 lakh, furniture of 40,000 and land and building of 2 lakhs. So these all are coming in, and when it is coming in, we need to debit that. So we have bank balance, that is bank account debited with 1 lakh. Then we will have furniture account that is also debited with 40,000. And lastly, we have land and building account debited with rupees 2 lakhs. Now see, all these are introduced in what form? This have been brought into the business by the owner. So if anything is brought into the business by owner, maybe in the form of cash, may not be in the form of cash, it will be treated as a capital. It will be treated as a capital unless stated otherwise. Okay. So what we have, business has a liability that it needs to return all these things which the owner has brought in after when the business is closed. Business has to return that thing. So if you have to return something, so you will feel bad. You will feel bad means credit. That means credit the giver. Who is the giver in this case? The personal account, that is the proprietor's capital account. We don't know the name of the proprietor right now because it is not given in the question. So we will just do to capital account. Let's say his name was A. So to A's capital account. All the items which are brought in, do a total of it, 60,000 plus 1 lakh plus 40,000 plus 2 lakhs. It will give me 4 lakh rupees. So that would be my first journal entry. Sir, is there any alternative way to do that if we do not want to make this big entry, is there any alternative way? Yes, you can deal with all of these separately. For example, what you can do? You can do cash account debit 60,000. Cash has been brought in to capital account 60,000. That is the first entry. Then for second entry, bank balance has been brought in. So bank account debited 1 lakh rupees to capital account again 1 lakh rupees. Then we have third, furniture has been brought in. So furniture account debited 40,000 to capital account 40,000. And then we have fourth one, that is land and building account debited with rupees 2 lakhs to capital account 2 lakhs. So these are the two different ways where we can do the entry. But obviously the one which I have told you right now, doing all these separately, 1, 2, 3, and 4, this is a very tedious task. So what we can do, we can directly do the first journal entry where we have debited all the accounts relevant and then we have transferred it to capital. So cash account debit 60, bank account debit 1 lakh, furniture 40, land and building 2 lakhs to capital account, that is 4 lakh rupees. Got it, everyone? Any doubt? Is everything clear to you? Yes or no? Then only I will move ahead. Is everything clear to you guys? Okay. Let's do the second transaction. So now we have purchased the goods worth rupees 30,000. One third payment, one third of 30,000 is how much? 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees has been made upfront. Payment has been made upfront. That is, it is paid right now. And two third, that is rupees 20,000, is due after 2 months to Mr. Y. It is due after 2 months to Mr. Y. So what shall be the journal entry? So goods are coming in. So we will debit the purchases account by 30,000. That is true. Now cash is going out. How much cash is going out? 10,000. I'm feeling bad. So credit the cash account by what? 30. Sorry, 10,000. We will credit the cash account. Okay. And then we have two third of the payment which we will pay in future. So we have to pay in future. I won't feel good in paying in future. So that will also be credited. Credit the giver, that is Mr. Y, with rupees 20,000. So what we have discussed it right now, it will be purchase account debited. How much the goods is purchased for? 30,000 rupees. Okay, sir. Then how much is cash paid? It is 10,000. Cash paid is 10,000. And how much is the amount due which need to be paid in future to Mr. Y, to Mr. Y's account? That is 20,000. Am I clear, everyone? Are you comfortable with this journal entry? Yes, everyone is comfortable. Correct answer, guys. Those who have given me the answer, those are all correct ones. Great. Okay, that is the journal entry for case number 2. My first and second answers are right. Great. Wow. Let's go to the third one. Sold goods to Mr. X rupees 90,000. What would be the journal entry for this? Come on, everyone. I need to know the answers. Sold goods to Mr. X rupees 90,000. What is the journal entry for this transaction? Yeah, I knew there would be some interpretation issues which some students will do. Okay, whenever it is said that we have sold the goods to Mr. X, whenever the name is given and there is no information about the payment, so you cannot assume that the cash of 90,000 has been received. We will assume that it is still to be recovered from Mr. X. Getting my point? Okay, so those who have thought that if we have sold the goods of 90,000, we will receive the cash of 90,000. No, nowhere in the question it is written that sold goods to Mr. X for 90,000 in cash. If I have written in cash, then it is okay. But it wasn't written in my question earlier. So what I will do? I have sold goods to Mr. X. So whenever I sell my goods are going out to sales account. How much was the good sold? 90,000 rupees. But I have to receive that amount from Mr. X. So I will debit the Mr. X account, debit the receiver and credit the giver. So here the receiver is Mr. X. So I have debited it and credited the sales account because the goods are going out. I am earning the income. So whenever we earn the income as per the nominal account rules, what we are going to do? As per the nominal account rule, credit the gains and income. So sales account has been credited. Lovely. That was your third journal entry. Let's do the fourth one. I want the answers fast. This is also interesting case. I have given you all the twisted cases right now. So rent paid rupees 20,000 by check. 50% of the rent belongs to next year. This does not belongs to the current year. What we will do for this? So we have paid by check. I have paid by check, so money will go out from my cash account or the bank account. Sir, answer is bank account. Because we have paid the check. Okay, how much was the money? It was 20,000. So it is very clear 20,000 will go out from my bank account. But how much is the expense for the current year? That is only 50%. So I will book the expense, that is rent account debit, only with rupees 10,000. Only with rupees 10,000. Sir, the debit side it is 10,000, the credit side it is 20,000. The total is not matching. I have to do one more debit for 10,000. What I will do? What account I will debit? Come on, everyone. What account I need to debit? This was discussed in the last class. Yes. What account needs to be debited in this case? So that would be prepaid rent account. So what is prepaid rent? It is an asset for which benefit will be received in future, not today, but in future. So whenever we will receive the benefit, by that amount, we will, reverse the prepaid. That is, we will debit the rent account and we will credit the prepaid rent account. So here we have debited the prepaid rent account because today we are not getting the benefit. In the next year, I will get the benefit. Very good. Wonderful. Amazing. Lovely. Moving on. Last journal entry. Salary due but not paid rupees 25,000. So salary is due. How much? Rupees 25,000, but it is not paid. So if it is due, we need to expense it off. That is very, very clear. So how much is the salary expense? Salary expense account debited rupees 25,000, but we have not paid it. But we will pay in future. The answer is yes. Obviously, this will be paid in future. So whenever it will be paid, then we can debit or credit our, sorry, we can credit our bank account or the cash account by whatever mode it is paid. But right now it is not paid. So what we can do here in this case, we can show our liability that this needs to be paid. It will be paid in the shortcoming future. So there will be an outstanding account where I will write outstanding salary account 25,000. It is a liability which will be paid in future. This is a liability which will be paid in future. Am I clear? Any doubt? Let us discuss all the journal entries one more time. So first journal entry was we have introduced the cash in the form of capital. We have introduced the bank in the form of capital. We have introduced the furniture in the form of capital. And we have introduced the land and building in the form of capital. So whatever has been introduced, all those accounts has been debited. And who has brought in this all things in the business? Sir, he was the proprietor. So we have credited the proprietor's capital account. Proprietor capital account has been credited. So that is the first journal entry. In the second case, what we have done, we have purchased goods from Mr. Y, of which 1/3 payment was made upfront and the balance 2/3 is due after some months. So total goods purchase was rupees 30,000. 1/3 of 30,000 is 10,000. So 10,000 has been paid upfront. So that's why we have credited the cash account, and 2/3, that is equivalent to 20,000, that is due to Mr. Y. So I have credited the Mr. Y's account because it will be paid in future. Okay. So that was your second part. Let's go to the third one. Third, we have sold goods to Mr. X for 90,000. So 90,000 is being debited, but in the name of Mr. X, because we have not received any cash from him. Okay, so Mr. X account debit 90,000 and we have received the income of 90,000 to sales account, that is 90,000. Okay, then we have rent was paid rupees 20,000. 50% belongs to current year, 50% belongs to next year. So whatever belongs to current year, that will be expensed off in the current year itself. Whatever belongs to next year but paid in the current year, that would be my prepaid expense account, that is prepaid rent account, rupees 10,000. And from bank, it has been gone by check, the payment has been made. So to bank account, my bank balance will reduce by rupees 20,000. And at last, salary due but not paid. So salary due was 25,000. That means the expenses has been incurred. So I have to book that expenses. So salary account, salary expense account debited rupees 25,000 to outstanding salary. Why, sir, outstanding salary? Because the amount is due but not paid. So that is why it is outstanding. This OS means outstanding. I will write it here. Outstanding salary account. Okay, so now we have done all the journal entries. Now let's prepare a ledger account by these journal entries. So let's see how the ledger accounts look like. So what do you mean by ledger accounts? Ledger account means all the debit and credit transactions in one account. In one account means what? See, you have used very much accounts in this. For example, in first case, what you used the cash account. What you have done with the cash account, you have debited the cash account by 60,000. So let's say I am preparing a cash ledger. What I am preparing? A cash ledger. You have to start one by one for each account. For each account, you have to start one by one. So let's do for the cash account. If I am preparing a ledger, which ledger? I am preparing a cash account. So what is the general format for this? See, there would be one column for date. Then we have a column for particulars. Then we have one small column which is usually blank. That is the journal folio column. JF is journal, JOURNAL. I will write it down here. Journal folio. That is what is the number of journal entry. Just for the reference, it is used. And then we have amount column. This completes my debit side. This completes my debit side. What do you mean by that, sir? My account is having two sides, one debit and one credit. So one side is done. Now we have to do same for the credit side. We have date, we have particulars, we have journal folio, and we have amount column. So this is the basic format of your ledger account. What you have to do? Okay, what you have to do? I will give the dates for each of the transaction. So let's say the first transaction, it happened on 1st of January 2023. 1st of January 2023. Then another transaction is done on 1st of July 23. Then another transaction is done on 1st of September 23. Then we have last two transaction. It is done on 31st of December 23 and this one also 31st of December 23. I have given date to all these entries. So first transaction, as it is done on 1st of January, the cash account is debited by 60,000 rupees. If it is debit, you have to write on the left hand side, the debit side of your ledger. So I will write cash account is being debited. In the amount column, I will write the 60,000. In the date column, I will mention the date, that is 1st of January 23. Now in particulars, what should I write? See, this is the cash account. What we are making, we are making the cash account. So by whatever the reason the cash account is being debited, what I said, by whatever reason the cash account is being debited, that account needs to be mentioned over here. I will repeat. By whatever reason the cash account is being debited. So by what reason the cash account has been debited? Just see, it is debited because A has introduced his capital. A has introduced his capital. So I will write the description as it will start with 2. It always, whenever it is debit, it starts with 2. Whenever it is credit, it starts with by. Whenever it's debit, it starts with 2. Whenever it's credit, it starts with by. So it is debited. Why? Because of A's capital account. Am I clear or not? It is debited by the A's capital account. Okay, sir. That is clear. Now, if you have used one account, that is A's capital account, now what you need to do? Now what you need to do? You have to prepare the A's capital account also. Now, just below this, I will prepare A's capital account. Okay, the format will remain same. So I will just paste it, copy paste, but I will remove certain things from here. That is this information. Now see, the cash account is debited by what? A's capital account. So there will be a reverse effect in the A's capital account because A's capital account will be credited. And what I will write here, I will write the date first, that is 1st of January 23, and I will write by cash account rupees 60,000, by cash account rupees 60,000. So that is how I will do the ledger posting. What is this? This is called ledger posting. Now everyone try to do the other entries as well. One I have tried. Try to do the rest one. So I have done the cash account debited by 60,000 and capital account debited by 60,000. Okay. You have to try create the bank account debited by 1 lakh, create the furniture account debited by 40,000 and create the land and building account credit by 2 lakhs. And in the same way, you have to credit the capital account by the respective amount, that is 1 lakh, 40,000 and 2 lakhs. Try to do 2 minutes you have. Do let me know if there are any doubts. Okay, I will create some accounts. Everyone, you need to create these accounts because without this, you cannot perform well. Okay, so to understand your accounting, you need to create all these accounts. So what we will have, we will next have our bank account. We will have our furniture account. So I have done copy paste of many accounts so that it is very easy to do. You can also do it in your copy, but not obviously the copy paste exactly, but you can sketch the lines and perform it. So one account is prepared, that is the cash account. Cash account is being debited by 60,000 and my capital account is being credited by 60,000. Now I will prepare the next account, which is the bank account. So what happens with the bank account? On 1st of January, all the eyes on the screen. On 1st of January, I will change the color also. Let's do it with red. On 1st of January 23. So how much bank has been brought in? Bank balance is of 1 lakh rupees. The bank balance is of 1 lakh rupees. And why it has been brought? Because of the capital account. So I have mentioned to capital account 1 lakh. So the capital account is here debited. So on the other hand, in my capital account, what I will do? I will credit the bank account. Reverse effect needs to be done. Reverse effect. If that account is debited, so this account will be credited by 1 lakh rupees. Then third, what we have next? Then we have the furniture account. In furniture account also on 1st of January 23, we have brought in the furniture in the form of capital. So to capital account, what was the amount? It was 40,000 rupees. So 40,000 due to capital account, furniture account has been debited. So capital account will be credited by furniture account. So by furniture account 40,000. So that is the second effect of my entry. And then we have land and building account. So how much is the land and building brought in? That is on 1st of January 2023, the land and building account was debited for 2 lakh rupees. So it will be 2 capital account. Why it has been debited? Because of the capital account. So that is why I have mentioned 2 capital account. And in the capital account, what I will do on 1st of January 23, buy land and building account 2 lakh rupees. So that is what we are doing right now. So now you can see, do a total of all these 4 items, 60,000, 1 lakh, 40,000 and 2 lakh. The answer would be 4 lakh. My all entries are done for the first journal entry. First journal entry, I have done all the leisure postings. My cash account is being debited by 60,000, bank account debited by 1 lakh, furniture account debited by 40,000 and land and building debited by 4 lakh rupees. And my capital account is being credited by 4 lakh. You can see here cash account debited by 60,000. Then we have bank account debited by 1 lakh, furniture account debited by 40,000 and land and building account being debited by 2 lakh rupees. And for all these, we have credited the Ace Capital account, cash 60,000, bank 1 lakh, furniture 40,000, land and building 2 lakh. So that is the all journal entry for the first accounting entry. Now let's do the second one. In second one, we have purchase account debited. We have purchase account debited. So we will create one more ledger, which will be called purchases account. Then we will have Mr. Y's account. Okay. Why Mr. Y account? You will see here. So in this case, how much the purchase account has been debited with? It is debited with 30,000. And what are the reasons of this? Because the cash has been paid. Goods have been purchased for 30,000, for which the cash has been paid 10,000. Now see very, very clearly, the cash account here is being credited. Cash account is being credited. So I have already prepared my cash account. So here what I will do, I will write down the date of the transaction. So date of the transaction was 1st of July 23. So on 1st of July 23, what I have done, I have done the purchases. So it will be by purchases account. How much is the purchases are for? It is for 10,000 rupees. It is for how much? 10,000 rupees. So we have credited the cash account by 10,000. In the same way, for the purchase account, we will debit 1st of July 23 to cash account. How much? 10,000. Sir, but we have purchased the goods of 30,000. So 10,000 was for cash and remaining 20,000. It will also come on 1st of July 23, but this will go to Y's account. Who is Y? Y is our creditor who has given us the goods on credit. We have to pay him in future. So Y account is being debited. Sorry, the purchases account is being debited due to Y account. So what I will do in the Y account, I will credit the Y account because of the purchases by purchase account, that is 20,000. Am I clear, everyone? Is there any doubt? If you will not say anything, I will assume that everything is clear to all. Okay. So we have done the journal entry for second transaction as well. Let's do for the third one. In third, we have Mr. X account of 90,000 and we have sales of 90,000. Mr. X account of 90,000 and Mr. Sorry, on sales account of 90,000. So these accounts are not already created. We will create these two accounts again. So we have sales account and we will have one more. We need some more accounts here. Sir, we have to prepare so much of accounts. Yes, beta, you are doing the accounting over here. So obviously you need to prepare very much number of accounts. Sir, why we need to prepare? Is there any automatic system to do this? We have certain softwares which do the accounting, but obviously before doing it on software, you need to understand what is going on in your practical life if you maintain the books of accounts by your hand itself. Okay, so that is necessary to understand before going to the software. Okay, so we have prepared the sales account and we have prepared the Mr. Access account. So what is the journal entry here? Let's just look at the journal entry. Mr. X account will be debited by how much amount? 90,000 on what date? 1st of November. And due to what reason? Due to sales. So I will go to Mr. X account. It will be debited on 1st of November 23. By what account? Because of the sales. So to sales account. How much is the amount of sales? That is 90,000 rupees. That is 90,000 rupees. So Mr. X account has been debited by the sales account. So what I will do in the sales account, I will credit the sales account by Mr. X's account, that is 90,000. The date will be the same. That is 1st of January 23. Always and always remember there will be two effects of every transaction. There will be two effects of every transaction. If you are not making the two effects, your balance will never match. Your balance will never match. So always be extra careful while doing the ledger posting. You have to do the both effects and then move to the next transaction, like exactly the way which I am doing. Okay. Don't do like this. I will first do all the debit, and then I will do all the credit. Nine. ऐसा नहीं होगा. Not like this. We have to do line by line. Okay. Now we have posted the third transaction as well. Now we need more accounts. What is the name of the new accounts? It is the rent account. It is the prepaid rent account, and we have bank account which is already created. So let's create the rest of the two accounts. What are those two accounts? We have rent account, and then we have prepaid rent account. Okay, let's again see the journal entry. What is the journal entry? So rent account is being debited for 10,000. Prepaid rent account is also debited for 10,000. And what is the corresponding entry because of the debit? We have the bank account in the credit of 20,000. So if I go to the bank account first, so bank account is being credited on 31st of December 23. It is the date of the journal entry, 31st of December. It has been credited by what accounts? By the rent account, 10,000 rupees. And again, 31st of December 23 by prepaid rent account of 10,000. So these are the two effects. That is the 20,000 my bank has been debited. So what I will my bank is account has been credited. So what I will do in the rent account, it will be debited on again 31st of December 23. This will be because of the bank account. So to bank account, what I will write, 20,000 or 10,000? Sir, only 10,000. Why 10,000? Because it is the rent expense account. Remaining 10,000 was the prepaid rent account. It will be debited to bank account. That is 31st of December 23. Now this was my fourth journal entry. Now I have last journal entry where I will use two accounts, which is known as salary account, that is the salary expense account, and we have the outstanding salary account. So these are the two accounts which we will be using. Okay, let's see the last journal entry. The last journal entry says salary expense account to be debited. Salary expense account needs to be debited by 20,000. Have we paid the salary? No, it is still outstanding. To outstanding salary account, that is of 25,000. So salary expense account will be debited. I will write on the debit side. On what is the date? 31st of December 23. 2. Why it is debited? Because of outstanding salary account. What was the amount? 25,000. So salary account is debited due to outstanding salary. What I will do in the outstanding salary account? The cross entry. The cross entry. What the cross entry says, I will credit 25,000 here and I will write by salary account. And what will be the date? 31st of December 23. All the journal entries are now posted in the ledgers. All the journal entries are now posted in my leisure accounts. Is it clear to everyone? Come on, tell me, my child. Is it clear to everyone? Can you do the leisure postings by yourself? Yes or no? Can you do the leisure postings by yourself? See, your answers are the motivation for us. So if I don't get the answer, I get demotivated. Come on, respond everyone. Can you do the leisure entries by yourself? Are there any doubts? If there are any doubts, you can speak up. Wow, wonderful. Great. So we have done the leisure entries. Now what we have to learn how to close this leisure when we close our books of accounts. So let us go back to the question. What does the question said? We have all these general entries. Okay, we have done all these general entries. Now I will move forward the question. If you want, you can write it down. Mr. A closes its books of accounts on 31st of March 2023. Oh, sorry. It was December 31st of December 2023. Now what you have to do? Your first requirement was prepare leisure accounts. So we have already prepared the leisure accounts. Now, second step is to close the leisure accounts. So we have to close these leisure accounts also. How we will do that we are going to understand. Third, prepare trial balance. Sir, what is this trial balance? Again, this is yet to be covered. And the last part, prepare balance sheet and profit and loss account. Or I would say, prepare balance sheet and trading and profit and loss account. So what I have done till now, you have done the part A, that you have passed the necessary journal entries. This is done. We have prepared the leisure accounts. Now what I will teach you in the next class, I will teach you how to close these leisure accounts. Then after closing, how to prepare the trial balances. After preparing the trial balance, how to prepare the balance sheet and profit and loss account. That is the most critical part which we are going to do in the next lecture. But for this, it is very important that you can do the leisure posting, you can do the journal entry, because this is the basic for all other items. This is the basic for all other accounting. So if you don't know the journal entries, kindly rewatch the videos, okay, so that you can have a good understanding of it. And then you can come forward into the next class where we will learn about what? About the trial balance, balance sheet, P&L, trading account, as well as the closing of ledgers. That would be the our objective for the next class. Okay, everyone. So see you all in the next class. Bye. Till then, take care. Take good care of yourself. Bye. If someone has missed anything, you can take a note from here or take a screenshot. I will show all the ledgers one by one. ठीक ठीक है? Cash account, then we have Ace Capital account, then we have bank account, then we have furniture account, then we have land and building account, then we have purchases account, Mr. Y's account, sales account, Mr. X account, rent account, prepaid rent account, salary account, outstanding salary account. That was the last. Okay. Bye. Take care.